Right after singer Moose Wala's murder, his father has written a letter to the Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann. The Chief Minister now responds to Moose Wala's father's letter. Bhagwant Mann says no culprit will be spared. This is the Chief Minister's response, assures Moose Wala's father. The Punjab Chief Minister says that the Punjab government, the AAP government, will fully cooperate. Remember, this is really sent shockwaves across the state of Punjab. Moose Wala's father written an emotional letter to the Chief Minister of Punjab seeking for intervention and cracking down on those culprits. Here is Bhagwant Mann, who's responded to Moose Wala's father's letter, saying that no culprit will be spared. The Punjab government is fully investigating the matter, will cooperate in every way. Let me cut across to Shreya joining us more on that. Shreya, give us a sense on what exactly was the letter written to the Punjab Chief Minister, to which he's now responded saying that there will not be any effort spared to ensure that the killers are brought to book.
Well, Nabila, the letter that was written by Sidhu Moose Wala's father, Balkaur Singh, to the Chief Minister requested for an NIA or a CBI level inquiry. Now, he also requested an apology from the Punjab DGP, stating that on what grounds was his security downgraded, whether proper assessment of his threat was taken or not. So those were two of the main concerns that were raised by his father. He also asked for an inquiry onto how the names of all those 424 people whose security was either taken off or downgraded leaked, because it's an extremely sensitive piece of document. Yes, it's routine task that is done by the Punjab police ahead of the Galugera week. However, to give out such sensitive information in public domain is something that is questioned and is being questioned, and the same has now been raised by Sidhu Moose Wala's father, because it's just a day after his security was downgraded, this incident took place. His father now seeks for an NIA or a CBI investigation.
Right, Shreya, from what we know now, the Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann has assured all help. This is what he says, but we do know that the Punjab AAP government have received a lot of flack on security, law and order situation, withdrawing security of several people, including, for that matter, Sidhu Moose Wala. And we know that the father of Moose Wala now demanding an apology from the police of Punjab. And in fact questioning him, despite receiving several threats, why was his security downgraded? Any response on that front, on why exactly was his security downgraded despite the threats that he received and the repeated appeals that the father has made to the police?
Well, unfortunately, Nabila, there hasn't been any clear understanding into how the security threat of Sidhu Moose Wala was assessed before this decision was taken, that from 4 gunmen, it would be reduced to 2 gunmen. So that's a question that the Punjab police is yet to answer, and that is something that they will have to, because this has led to nothing less than the death of Sidhu Moose Wala. So but we have to wait and watch what the Punjab police responds so far. But there has been a very chaotic handling of the situation, because even if you have reduced the security, you don't really go out and leak such a document. The Aam Aadmi Party government is responsible for not only leaking the document. We also saw social media posts from Aam Aadmi Party handles bragging about
Just to interrupt you there, if you can just take us through exactly what's behind you. Who are those people behind you? Is that the forensic team? What are they looking into?
The viewers the kind of investigation that is.
Well, yes, Nabila, this is the forensic team which is right now inspecting the Thar vehicle in which Sidhu Moose Wala was murdered. If I could take you through a little understanding in what they're exactly doing. Remember, there are several bullet marks that are right now there on this Thar vehicle. The entire Thar vehicle is just full of bullet marks. This forensic team is analyzing the kind of bullet marks. They have a bullet testing hole kit which they are using to take understanding of what kind of bullets were used, what kind of weaponry was used, because at the end of the day, this will also be a piece of information. Apart from that, remaining portions of cartridges that have also been recovered by them, and they're also looking into those very pieces. I'll ask my cameraman, if he could just come and I'll show you these remaining piece of the cartridges. See, this has also been recovered recovered, and that's also being analyzed. What kind of weapons are being used? What are these cartridges? Because this is, at the end of the day, a piece of evidence that will be important in investigating and further going forward in the trial of the case of Sidhu Moose Wala. The forensic team is here for almost an hour right now, and they are looking into each and every piece of evidence that they can find from the Thar vehicle where Sidhu Moose Wala was murdered yesterday evening.
Shreya, not too sure if you could go step a little closer to show us that precise vehicle where Sidhu Moose Wala was shot. Do show us how brazen these gangsters carried out that attack, killed him while he was in that car. That Thar vehicle that you see there is exactly the car that Moose Wala was seated in when he was shot dead. Were there people with him? What exactly was the crime scene like when this car was found and when Moose Sidhu Wala was found?
Well, Nabila, you very pertinently asked the question, because this Thar vehicle stands witness to the kind of attack that Sidhu Moose Wala faced. Just if I could try and count the numbers on only the front shield, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bullet marks alone on the front glass of the car. So you can understand the kind of firing that took place on Sidhu Moose Wala. Now, he was actually sitting in the driver's spot. I'll ask my cameraman, to come a little close and show you the inside of the car. See, this is the driver's spot where Sidhu Moose Wala was sitting, and unfortunately gunned down. Remnants from yesterday's attack are still there. We can see bloodstains still there at the inside the Thar vehicle. Is why the forensic team in the first place is here, taking a stock of whatever they could find, whatever piece of evidences they could find. They took thumb imprints, they took the remnants of the cartridges, they took the size of the bullet marks, because just we counted 12 in the front of the window. You can see so many more bullet marks that are there on this very car. It's on the gate, the side gates of the car. It's on the car side. You see this glass is completely broken. So this is somewhere down the line the visual evidence of the kind of a horrible attack that Sidhu Moose Wala faced yesterday evening.
While this has happened here to Sidhu Moose Wala, we also know that there are several other musicians or artists, for that matter, in Punjab who are currently feeling threatened. And that's the big news we have right here.